welcome back to another week of building the Soleil rail. This week we've got a few things to get done. We're going to be adding all the different flags onto the ship, and depending on how long that takes, we'll also be adding the lanterns to the stern of the ship, and I believe there's one at the top of the main mast as well that we have to add. It doesn't look overly complicated, just will be a little bit time consuming running the ropes down to the deck, that sort of thing. First one we're putting on the ship is this one, which they call FL1. It's just a adhesive sort of flag. Now I've cut 40 millimeters of 0.15 tan thread. I pre-creased the center. Now hopefully we can fold it over without getting any creases. Which I didn't do first attempt. I'll get the end started first. On most of the rest of the ship I've been able to have a practice on the opposite side of the ship, but I can't do that in this case because it's only the one. A bit better. Okay, so that's come out alright. Okay, so I'll bring the ship over and we'll put that on. Okay, we've got to add the flag to this block at the top of the bowsprit. So we're just going to put hopefully the rope up there if you can see. Now they're saying that this rope needs to be tied off somewhere down. I'm just going to have to look this up. One of these ropes has to be tied off on this platform here, and the other one has to run down to the pin rail down the bottom. I'll just work out which and then I'll continue. Instructions. They want us to literally bring one rope to this point just here, just above that platform, tie it around the base of this part here, and then the other rope will come down through the platform and then back to the pin rail, which makes no sense to me at all, because I don't see how you would pull it up and down using that method. So I'm going to do something similar to a real rope system. I've tied both ropes together so it's a loop. I'm going to get one of these cleats that I had over, and I'm going to glue that onto the back here. I'll bring the two ropes down and tie it off onto that, and then you should literally work as a real one does. Just a moment, I'll put this on. I've got the camera right in front of me, so I'll just be a minute. I've got that on in there. It's difficult to get the camera close enough, and with the ropes tied like this, you can literally move the flag up and down, except for the fact that I just obviously didn't have the ropes tied enough. Cut that excess off in a minute. Where's my tweezers? Oh, it's hard to do that with the camera right there. Okay, so I've got it hooked around the base there, and the flag is reasonably straight. I'll just have to straighten it up a bit somehow. So I'll just get this camera out of the way. I'll tie this off. Front one on the bowsprit done, and if you actually wanted to untie it, you could make that go up and down. So the next one we make, I think, actually has a flag pole to make up for it, so we'll do that one next. Okay, next up we've got the parts together to make this flagpole. We've got two of each of these. We've got SFM1 and SFM2, as I said, two of each. Then we also have a 3mm by 200mm dowel for the actual pole. Once this is all glued, well, then I'll be staining it with a walnut stain. Just got to start with gluing these two pieces together. Each end's slightly different. This end's pretty well straight, and the other side curves down a little bit because it's actually going to be on a bit of a angle
on the pole. And just a little bit of glue around the end, just for these little pieces, and they just slip over that notch. And then we just do exactly the same thing at the other end. The angle should pretty well be identical. And as I said, once this is dry, we'll put it all together and then stain it.
So we're just going to put our 3mm dowel into the assembly that we've just put together. So I'll just use a bit of CA glue. Just one so it's flat at the bottom, because that's going to be how it's going to stand on the back of the ship. And again, they want us to just tie the ropes off around this part here. I'm going to use another cleat on there. I think it'll look more authentic. And just put it above that assembly part. I found the glue's better if you do this before you put the stain on there, which is what I'm going to do next. So that's how that comes out. So I'll just get the stain and we'll put that on. Again, I'm just going to use a walnut stain. Okay, so I'll leave that to dry, and I may even put the flag on here before we put it on the ship, just to make it that little bit easier.
Like the other flag, this one's adhesive. I don't think I really like the adhesive flags. I think the cloth one would have been a lot easier to have used. they just stick to each other way too easy, and it's difficult to line it up. Okay, again we just thread the top rope through the block. I'll bring it down and tie it off with the other end of the rope. Just put a drop of glue on it to make sure it holds before I cut it off. So I'll just bring the ropes down to that cleat at the bottom there, and then we'll tie it off. Decided just to put a drop of glue on it to hold it, because I'm not going to be running them up and down after all, so it probably wasn't really necessary to do it this way, but if nothing else, it looks a little bit more authentic. So I'll just leave that for a minute to dry, and then we'll put it onto the ship.
This flagpole is actually going to go this point. What's happened is, with this rear mast or rear sail here, I had a couple of cleats at this location, which was right early in the instructions, but the new the instructions for putting this flagpole in have the flagpole here and the cleats forward of it. So I'm going to put the flagpole in, and then I'll reattach the cleats in front of where that will go. I'll just put some CA glue on the bottom of the pole. Oops. If this doesn't hold, I may need to drill a nail or put a nail into the bottom of this and then have it go into the actual deck. But I'll try just the glue to start with and see what happens. Seems a funny spot for it because on the real ship, if this spun around, it's just going to hit the flagpole. Okay, well, I'll leave that to dry properly. Just let me move the camera back. And there's the flag on the pole. So as I said, I'll leave this to dry properly and then we'll put the last 3 flags on there. Okay, I've gone ahead and put 2 more flags on, one on the foremast and one on the main mast. I did that off camera because I can't get my camera up high enough to actually film it, because from the bottom of the ship to the top of the mast is nearly 1 metre in height, so I just couldn't get my camera up any higher. So we've got one more flag to do, which is the same as this one on the foremast, and I'll be able to film that because the mizzen mast isn't that tall. So I'll just set the camera up for that one and we'll finish off the flags. Just going to be putting the rope up through that single block. I'll just tie off the 2 ends that we have. And then just put it around the cleat down here. Where's my tweezers gone? Oops. 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 I'll stack the camera up and we'll have a look at what it looks like with all the flags. It's the 5 flags all in place. That only now leaves us the 3 lanterns on the back. I think there's 1 on a mast and then 2 lifeboats, and then this little roll will be finished. So thanks for joining me and hope to see you next time. Cheers.